watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Well, we're going to be taking a look at an old timer today. Let's a quick peek at the packaging here. It just comes in a small box. Old timer logo on the front. You can see it's got the country of origin here, made in China, cancer warning. We're looking at model number 44OT. This is the Workmate, a 4-blade stock knife. Here's the barcode. Again, 44OT. On this side we see this is a Battenfeld product and made in China out of American Outdoor Brands. Now this is the knife I paid for. This was not brought to us by anyone else. But the Workmate is a nice little standard style old timer. You got the Delrin handles, Sawcut Delrin. Close length on this one, 3 1/4 inches. And there you can see it's got the 4 blades, nickel silver bolsters on either end, more of a rectangular shape than round. Got brass pins, and it looks like a brass shield, but it could be nickel silver. A little unsure on that. Again, you got the nickel silver bolsters, and they're just plain. Transitions to the handles from the bolsters, very smooth. Maybe just a little bit of a touch of proudness on the right edge of that shield, cigar shaped shield there. Pins are nice and smooth on the ends, and this one's supposed to be a little proud, and it's well rolled over, no hard edginess to that. Tops and bottoms of the handles appear to be well rounded over. You do have a little bit of edginess on the interiors of the bolsters. A little bit of a sharp, edges, and the tangs do sit proud a little bit to the frame. So those elbows kind of are a little sharp as well, but pretty low. They're not super proud. You can see it just sticks up maybe about a 1/16 of an inch there. Now if we look at the handle material, it's well done. You can see the cut in the Delrin there diagonally, and the color tends to kind of get lighter on the edges, and you can see the lighter color here on the bottom and the top. If we look at the other side, pretty consistent, just minus the shield. Again, nice transitions, that pin being a little proud but intentionally that way, and then good transitions there on the bolster to handle here, and the pin is smooth. So what we have is 4 blades. You can see how they're tucked in there. There's 2 layers. Each layer has 2 blades and a single spring to operate it. You got brass liners here. A bit of a gap here. A little bit of a gap there. Not too severe, but it is noticeable. A little bit here as well, but pretty minor. Now this knife, I paid like $18.45 on Chicago Knife Works for it, but that's been, I don't know, maybe I bought this in like late November, just before Christmas time, and I'm not seeing them in stock right now anywhere but Amazon. I think they were charging $28 from a third-party seller. I would wait, spend $18 to $19 when they come back in stock. That's more of what I would expect to pay for this knife. Now you got 7 CR17 mob blades on this one, and we'll take a peek at those guys. First blade in our first layer here, and our master blade, is this clip point blade. Get the match strike pull on the satin finish. There's a good look at the blade edge. Very pointy. Good point on it. There's a look at the finish of it. Sort of vertical satin finish. Very ordinary type cut for the clip point blade. No swedging or anything like that. You get the Schrade stamped into the tang there. And then on the other side of the blade, you have the model number, 44OT. Another look at the blade edge on that side. So let's kind of compare. We got pretty even on both sides. I would say this side might be ground a little heavier. In this area here, just a little heavy, but not too bad. I think I could get along with that all right. And let's take some measurements of this clip point blade here. We've got maybe about a 2, just slightly shorter than 2 1/4, a little more than 2 1/8. And you got a cutting edge. Yeah, again, a little bit of an odd, I'd say maybe right at 1 3/4 inches, maybe slightly over, depending on where you measure from the choil. But nice little sharp styled clip point blade there. And got no half stops on it, but it does have like a, call it a 5.5 pull on it. Has good snap. Locks up well. Wants to find itself in that position. So I'm pretty happy with that. So good snap. Now on the other side of the first layer, you've got this little coping blade. And again, you've got the standard style nail neck on it. Take a look at the grind on that one. No tank stamp or anything like that. Got a aggressive style coping blade, almost like an awl blade. And on this side might be not quite as even, I think, on the other side. A little heavy down here, but pretty decent grind on it. Don't feel any blade wobble or anything like that. Again, no half stop. Locks up well. Snaps in with authority. So pretty happy with the action on the blade. Probably about a 5 like the other blade, 5.5. Total length on this, just shy of 1.5 inches. We'll call it 1 3/8, and then you got a cutting edge about 1.5 inches. So nice little coping blade. Nice to see a coping blade on a knife. Don't see it as often as you do on many patterns. You know, you might see it on a Congress, so it's kind of nice to see it on a Stockman, 4-bladed. All right, so your next blade's on the back, and it's the one in the middle there is the sheep's foot. Again, no tank stamp. Got the nail neck. Pretty decent grind on that. It's pretty straight. Just a smidgen heavy there at the tip. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, pretty decent. Pretty consistent on both sides on that one. Good satin finish on that one as well. Of course, just the standard style nail nick. Easy to reach. Pull on that one. Let's say again a 5. They're all pretty consistently the same. Maybe not quite as much snap on the close as this one, but still feel like the pull is about the same. Just the close on it is a little bit less snappy on the close. But good 5.5 pull. Pretty happy with that. 5.5. Okay. So measurement on that one. Got a cutting length, or a total length of 2 inches, and then a cutting edge right about 1 3/4 inches. So decent sized little sheep's foot, almost as big as the clip point blade. Clip point blade again. Yeah, just slightly over 2. So yeah, the master blade is still the longest of the blades. Now if we look at our final blade, we have a little pin blade. Again, no tank stamp or anything like that, but we can take a look at the grind. That looks pretty even. Pretty decently done. So look at your nail nick and the finish on the blade. It's a little vertical satin finish. And look at the blade edge on this side. Pretty well done. blade stock. See if there's any woggle on that. Nah, it doesn't appear to be anything serious. Let's check out this one. Any wobble on that one? Maybe just a touch on the sheep's foot. You really gotta move it a lot. Nothing I would consider concerning. Main blade, same thing. It's just very, very, very minor. So yeah, pretty well constructed. Pretty feel like this knife is one of those knives. If you're someone who doesn't like to sharpen, you can go quite a long time with 4 blades and not have to worry about maintaining the knife. Seems well built. The construction looks pretty good. Just like I say, a little minor gap here between the outer liner and the spring, but again, pretty minor. And this again is like $19. 7CR17 MOV blades, 4 of them. Will last you quite a while. You know, you're not going to use up 4 blades in a day, so probably go a week at least without having to sharpen your knife. And that's if you're doing a lot of work with it too. So all going to be dependent on your use and what you're doing. But I'd say that's a really good Workmate, and that's the name of the game here. So the model number 44OT from Old Timer. I like it. Seems well built. Got 4 blades. All the blades have good action. They snap well. And it seems to be well constructed. You know, size that you can fit in your pocket. No problem. I've got a small rough right here. I think would probably be a little too small for it. I'll probably go with the medium size slip for this one. You take a look at the medium size slip. That seems to be a better fit. So that would probably be what I'd use. And if you're going to carry a slip, that is. Otherwise, just slide that right in your pocket. Doesn't seem to catch too bad. I mean, you can get your fingers to stop kind of on that, but you got to be pressing down pretty hard. Again, a little bit of finish work with some sandpaper. You could probably roll those edges slightly, make them a little more comfortable. And the interior of the liners are a little rough there, but that's not generally a place you're going to be putting your fingers a lot, so not really a huge issue. But you could work on that grip. Just do get 4 fingers on that. Yeah, right at 4 fingers, right at the limit of getting 4 fingers on there with my medium to large size hand, and larger hand probably only be able to get 3 on there, but 3.5 maybe. But that's going to do it for my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's a solid knife, one that seems to be pretty, logical for a everyday carry. One that you can use for quite a while without having to maintain it. So I like it for that reason. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. We'll see you next time. Take care.